Hey guys, welcome back. Name is Timmy Trent. I'm your link to the fire within and to God. Alright guys, you got power. You can change anything in your life at any time if you want to. That's a big if, right? Because the power within you. Doesn't matter what I say or what I do, but it's all within your hand. You want to change your life? Change your generation? That's all up to you, right? No one else can. You can pay somebody, you can listen to whoever want to take your money, energies, and listen to you. So be it. There's only one God that can help you. If you build, create, prosper, you can prosper, and you can multiply. But it's your choice. He created a universe for you. Randomly say you gotta learn, man. You're in the jungle, right? You gotta learn how to survive. Same thing. You live with the human, right? You gotta learn how to survive. And those who want to become your leader, they need some benefit. They need to survive too. So if you can't survive on them, you depend on them, they're gonna take from you. That's the way it works. And some of them, really want to help you, but most just want to take. And the one that you be careful with, the one that say, you know what? Oh, give me your power, and I'll take it from other guys, or I can move with law and I punish other guys. You know what? Nobody can punish, other people. They only can steal, right? But at the end of the day, if it does to do that, do they give anything to you? No. But you see them, your leader, become rich, powerful, with a lot of money while you suffer. But it's not their fault. Right? Because you got the power. You allow them to do it. Right? So you can't blame them that you allow people to do it. Right? Just like your kid. You allow your kid to do stuff. You can't blame them for you, the parent, you allow them to do it. Right? You didn't take care of them. You let them run around and absorb stuff like an animal, right? Learn from their surroundings, right? So what are you gonna do? You fail because you didn't teach them. You know about God, but you don't teach them, right? You're too busy working. You're too busy accumulate stuff, right? Of this earth, which is no good for you, right? Instead of teaching your kid, you want to accumulate stuff. You want to satisfy yourself. You want to satisfy your feelings, your pleasures, right? And you forgot to teach about your kid. Right? You believe, but you don't. Same thing, any religion they're made up by mankind. Right? Even with Christianity, right? That's the human being, right? The human being. They say they believe it, they don't have obeyed, no conviction. Right? So they do the same thing when non-believer do. What do you expect? Right? We gotta have no conviction. Right? You need diversity, yes, because we're all intelligent. We need diversity. And diversity under the different belief, it don't work. It do not work. But a human, we're like, oh, similar thing. We think we can change things. We think you can do that. You can't. You can't change other people, right? They believe what they believe, right? It's hard to change people when they believe. That's how to town. That country has to conquer other country. That's it. Back in the old day, it's hard for people to come to the United States. Like Chris Columbus, something like, all these people. You think you can change the Indian mind? No, they have to fight. They have to conquer the Indian, right? And they make deal. Okay, you gotta live together. You gotta pass our law, right? That's how it works. Same to these days. If you don't have everything have a border and law to exist as human, right? We gotta have that law because most people cannot follow God's law. Whether they say they believe in God or not, it's hard for them to follow God's law because they live with the non-believer. When you live with non-believer, it'd be very hard for them to have conviction to God, right? That doesn't mean you can't do it. You can do it, right? But it doesn't mean you can't do. They have conviction to God, right? But it's hard for most people. It's hard for most people, They read, interpret, and listen to other people, And and it's best somebody like me, like Jesus Christ, Moses, better come out and tell you guys this. You don't believe it. Oh, where you get information from? Where you get information from? Who's your God? What God you believe in? There's only one God. Oh, Jesus Christ, not God. Jesus Christ. No, look, I understand. I thought Jesus Christ was God myself, but a long time ago. Right? But I have to discover, I have to learn, I have to understand, analyze stuff that before I even accept what Jesus is doing. Right? Same thing today. You might not believe me. You might not, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You can call me cuckoo, whatever. Thing that you're going to change your life. You're going to change your community, But it's all with you. Right? So you can blame all you want to blame. But the reality won't change. Right? What God set in play won't change. Right, God? Alright, guys. Follow God, Jesus Christ, one thing amendment. That's the only one you should be trusting. Everything else is man-made idol. Well, but it's a choice up to you. Power's in you. I'm not forcing you to believe in anything. I'm not, I'm just telling you what the way it is, the way God created things. The tree is a tree. You cut the tree down, you burn the tree, it was a tree, still a tree. You can call that ash, whatever you want to call it. It's still called that tree. I make that tree, right? You can dilute whatever you want to raise. You can cut all the branches and call this branch different. That branch is still from that same tree, right? Water, same thing. You can take water and dilute it and make different kind of drink. In part of that water that make the thing exist, right? So water is water. I can tell you water is water. Now you can go on believing that Coke is water or Pepsi water, Sprite water, energy drink is water, whatever you want to do. You can convince yourself whatever you want to do, but again, that when you strip everything out, you're still water, right? But I'm going to tell you the truth. God is God. I don't care what you believe in. You can say your ancestor, whatever you want to call it, believe it. You know what I'm saying? What do you do today to be your future? You know what I'm saying? Who you learn from? Don't learn from me. I'm just a messenger, right? I'm just telling you the truth, right? Who you want to believe? You look at any other religion. Did they build anything? Nope. They just steal. They're idle. When you build idol, what happens? You distract money and energy from people, right? God don't need your money, right? God's want you to give, live, prosper, and build, and create, and multiply. That's what He wanted you to do. He created a whole universe for you. But if you don't want to do that, then so be it, right? Because at the end, the power within your hand. You can change today if you want to. Nobody can change that for you. You got to make that decision to change your life. Whether you believe it or not, I'm telling you what God tell me to tell you. Right? You hold the power. He give you the power. All right, guys, change your life. Follow God, Jesus Christ, from taking amendment. Change your life forever. Bye-bye.